companies operating outside Accra. Plus, World Bank President David Malpass warns of dire consequences for Ghana's future generations if rising debt stock and borrowings are not contained. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwa. Let's begin with some positive news this morning. The Financial Action Task Force has expressed satisfaction with measures taken by Ghana to correct deficiencies in laws aimed at checking money laundering and terrorism financing. It comes after the global body completed its assessment of the country's action plan. Jodriafe has details.
Based on the Financial Action Task Force preliminary conclusion on how the country has fared, this will indeed lead to them recommending that Ghana should be taken or the EU list that is from next month. The Lancing. We understand that the Financial Action Task Force team were in Ghana on May 3, 2021. A source close to the workings of this team have told JoyBusiness that so far they are satisfied with what they've seen and measures instituted by government. Key among them is the passage of the Anti-Money Laundering Act and also ensuring that there is a dedicated source of funding backed by the required laws for the Financial Intelligence Center. But what would taking Ghana off this list mean for the country? First, one can talk about the larger economy because of its impact on foreign direct investment, as it indeed affected the attraction of some capital to the country over the past year. Again, for the banking sector, it will be a lot more easier to undertake corresponding banking without the necessary delays. This may also ensure that Ghanaian businesses could secure their fund transfers from their partners quickly, a move that affected financing of some private projects in Ghana. But for some, the big question is how robust are these measures and commitment by authorities in enforcing these laws? This is because Ghana has been taken off this list before.
Jodriafe with that report. The Ghana Revenue Authority has served notice to fuel stations operating outside Accra that it will not be left out. They will not be left out of the enforcement exercise if they fail to honor their tax obligations. According to the GRA, its operations to recover all petroleum taxes and levies are not limited to oil marketing companies in Accra alone. Speaking to JoyBusiness, head of the Debt Management and Enforcement Unit of the GRA, Nathaniel Ni Okai-Tete, explained that the levies do not belong to companies but the state and must be returned accordingly.
Some of the oil marketing companies don't have their stations, fuel stations in Accra. Some are in the central or the other regions. So we'll be going after them. And it will not be imperative because for now, they may settle the amounts before we get to. So for now, we've taken them out. For now, the ones that we are using, we are tracing. Those are the information I have here from the Commissioner General that I can share with you. So the petroleum prices that we see has the element of a profit element that goes to the company, oil marketing company. And these taxes are that accrue to the state and which is collected by Ghana Revenue Authority. But for any reason which is best known to the oil marketing companies, they sell the petroleum products, take their profit margins and add government revenue or the taxes and then the levies on them.
Nathaniel Ni Okai-Tete is head of the Debt Management and Enforcement Unit of the GRA. Now, despite uptick in demand for dollars, the cedi remains very well on course to record a marginal appreciation against the dollar in the first half of this year. Recent forex auctioning by the Bank of Ghana indicates a surge in demand for the U.S. currency, but analysts believe the Bank of Ghana has sufficient forex reserves to deal with any increase in the demand for the dollar. Derek Mensah is a currency analyst and fund manager at IC Securities and has been speaking with JoyBusiness.
Our view is generally that the currency is likely to hold steady going forward, mainly because of the dollar inflows that we've received following the earlier Eurobonds auction. I believe that the central bank currently has a healthy position of reserves in foreign currency. The last time I checked, I think it was north of 4 months import cover. We believe that going forward, there should be enough reserves to support the currency, even with the opening up of the economy.
Can we say that the cedi is going to replicate its performance for last year in 2021?
It's very difficult to say. It's like looking through a crystal ball. Our view is generally that the currency in the immediate term, over the next few months, over the next quarter, is likely to remain fairly stable. Yes, we will see some pressure coming through given the opening up of the economy, increased imports, but we think that the central bank has a healthy position to defend the currency.
You heard Derek Mensah, who is a currency analyst and fund manager at IC Securities. Just a heads up on how the city is faring against major trading currencies this morning as you get around doing business. The dollar going for 5 cedis 77 pence, whereas the British pound is asking government to slow down on its borrowings and deal with the country's rising debt stock. Ghana's debt stock stands at 291 billion Ghana cedis, translating into 76% of the total value of the country's economy. The bank has already classified Ghana as high risk of debt distress, with a review expected in the coming months. Generations.
One issue is to try to hold down the non-concessional debt that is being taken on. And the non-concessional means higher interest rate debt, because that burdens the future generations. And another by that debt. And these are big challenges. Also working closely with World Bank and IMF as we both look to have countries.
Us there. Agric now and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is urging the Agricultural Development Bank to accelerate the disbursement of funds meant for agric purposes under the CARES program. According to the Acting Chief Director, Robert Ankobia, 20 million cedis has been allocated to the livestock sector in the agric value chain. He says accelerating the disbursement process will help bring hope to the sector. He was speaking at the 3rd Livestock, Poultry and Fisheries Training and Trade Show.
There is hope. I'd only like to appeal to ADB to fast track their disbursement. I know that as a financial institution, the risk element is something that you're always looking at. But let us also consider that we are not in normal times, and therefore there's a need for us
Director, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Benso Oil Palm Plantation, GCB Bank and Farm Milk are some of the stocks that are expected to make gains on the Ghana Stock Exchange this week. Let's listen to Fiame Sabonso of Databank Research, who previews market activities.
Based on the volume of bids observed at the close of trading last week, we anticipate vibrant trading activity on the Ghana Stock Exchange this week. Benso Oil Palm Plantation. We also expect Total, Farm Milk, GCB Bank and Enterprise Group Limited to gain some pesos on the high volume of bids in the market. For Joy Business Reports,
crude oil opened trading at $66.81 a barrel after a marginal increase. Gold gained almost $4 to open trading at $1,864.64 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $2,456 a ton after going up by $12. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The Super Morning Show continues. Enjoy your week.
That's the way to go. And when you're feeling down, Joy will pick you up. That's what we're here for. Keep tuning in for sure. It's the Super Morning Show. It's the Super Morning Show. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7. Super Morning Show. Joy gives joy, don't you know?
We're excited. Lots coming up today on the Super Morning Show. If you missed it, if you missed Newsfile, their conversation on security, it was revealing.
I've checked the list of the names, the 7. There are 2 that I think indeed were associated with Delta Force. So the Delta Force might have come in because it mentions 3 names here. Mohammed Seidu. I think it rings a bell. If you go to Delta Force background, then some Mustafa. He's Mustafa Mohammed. I found the full name. What the people you call tabletop operatives.
Tabletop operatives in national security. Yeah, that forms part of our discussion later. Also, we're going to go over what we heard on Sunday when the roads minister addressed the media on the progress that has been made by this government when it comes to the construction of roads. And he had the figures to back that progress. That's all to come. Plus, ambitious plans for the future between now and 2024. That's all on the table on the Super Morning Show. But first, let's get our spirits up where they belong with our inspirational song. And today I've got a bit of Diana Hamilton. Adzum, adzum, adzum. Here, Bobo.
I have been through. You've turned my pit into a well. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. It was you, my lawyer in that courtroom. It was you, my soldier on that battlefield. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. Hey, adumo, nyame, adumo, adum, adum intina metiasi, eya wadum tina mewoho. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum,
Joy 99.7 FM.
hey,
Joy
adumo,
99.7 FM.
nyame, adumo, adum, eya adum intina metiasi, eya wadum tina mewoho. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. Who has changed my story? Who has given me a my story? Protocol breaker, you made a way. You turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. Could not have sailed through without you. Your loving kindness, grace, and mercy